it's James, and today I've got what I hope will be a simple project. I know, it's like a joke, right? Me, simple project. Anyway, has to do with the tail lights and brake lights on our Echo. Now, I don't normally follow our Echo, Steph does, and she has let me know that she finds it sort of hard to see sometimes the brake lights and tail lights and turn signals on our Echo. So what I've got is I've got just additional brake lights, tail lights, and this is it. This is what they came with, right? It's just lights. That's it. No screws, no gaskets, no nothing, or instructions even. So we're going to figure out how to install these. Now I will say I am not the first person to have done this, so full credit to Larry. But we're going to just go at it and see what happens. I've got some stuff to make gaskets, whatever. So let's go out and check out the patient. The air's on, but it's because I'm recalibrating our batteries. So these are the existing turn signals, brake lights, and I'm thinking we'll mount these additional ones just kind of here-ish. So light. If you can't see that, then there's got to be something wrong with you, right? So we're going to mount these here-ish, and I'm hoping to just reuse the wires that must be run to these on either side. So I'm going to pull this out and see what we got. All right, so I'm trying to figure out which one of these I want to tap into. This would be super simple. This is just brake lights. So if I wanted to act as just a brake light, I would tap into that. That would be easier, most likely. And then this one has, one, two, wow. This one has sort of lots of wires. 1, 2, 3, 4 wires. And these have only 3. Huh. Well, I'm going to say maybe we're going to use these just as extra brake lights, not worry about the turn signal function, and I'll just hook them up and wire into that because that seems like a lot more wires to try to figure out what they are. This is pretty obvious what it does. All right, you stay out of my way for the time being. Chill. Sit. I'm actually looking at Amazon because I thought I remembered, and I was right, that in one of the product photos on Amazon, it says which wire is which. And apparently the red wire is for the brake light and the white is ground. The brown one is for tail light, but we're not gonna bother with that. So red and white. There we go. Before I go drilling holes into my trim piece here, I'm gonna just test wire up these lights and make sure that they work. And so I'm gonna just temporarily electrically connect them using Wago connectors, and I'll just make sure they both actually work and I didn't get a dud set or a set that's wired backwards or whatever. So I'm just gonna cut this wire. Okay. Red to red, white to black.
Yep, it works. Here, see?
Oh, yeah, cool.
Woohoo!
Okay, so these didn't come with any kind of gasketing or anything. I could just screw them on there and hope for the best, but it seems like I should at least try. And I have this stuff. This is a kind of gasketing material. It's called Sure Seal. I got it from Obico, the organized Obi folks. And if you compress it, it's supposed to be waterproof and whatever. The good news is that it's easy to cut and shape with scissors. And so what I'm going to do is try to template out a couple pieces of this with appropriate holes, and then we'll just stick it to the back of that before we mount these on. That's my plan. We'll see how well it works. All right. So now I can trace this now that I've got a hole. I got a gasket now. All right. Okay, so I've got gasketing cut and put on the bottom of this, and then I realized, side benefit, I can use the backing from the gasket to sort of lay out, because I've got to drill a few holes in my trim here. So, yeah. Sort of what we're looking at. So now I'm going to mark the centers of all these holes with my little center punch. 1. All right, I guess this is the point of no return. I'll be drilling some holes. So in addition to not coming with a gasket, these also came not with screws. So to mount them, I went through my, these are all screws that I've removed from number 1 over the years, screws and other random parts. And I found 4 black headed screws that match the ones that are on the other brake lights. So we're gonna use those, but save your screws. They come in handy. Positive leads into this side of the connector. I don't really like doing the 2-into-1 connector thing, but I don't see any other way to do it. And okay, these are connected, but before I do the heat shrink thing, let's make sure it works.
Yep, everything works. Yep, looking good.
Yeah. Tight, 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 tight. All right, 1 down, 1 to go. Check it out, we have got additional brake lights. So if you have any questions or you want to leave comments, there will be a link in the YouTube description down below that'll take you over to a post on thefitrv.com. You can ask questions there. I'll try my best to answer. I'll also put links to some of the stuff you saw me use if you need that. And this is pretty easy. I think even a beginner DIY RV modder could do this. So anyway, that'll do it. See you later. Bye.